Hello, everybody. So, I'm not going to be long. I was, as you guys know, or most people know, whoever knows me, I don't have cable. I haven't had it in 3 years. And so I don't watch television. I tend to watch things on YouTube. So I basically go and I look up stuff on YouTube. And while I was on YouTube, I think I was watching a video that Dr. Boyce Watkins posted today, out of the several that he posted. And so you know how when you're watching videos on the side comes up videos that are recommended or trending things, trending topics, and so I see Wendy Williams and Tyrese. And I'm like, what's going on with that? So I click on this video, and so there's a video of basically Wendy Williams on the Wendy Williams show, and she's basically implying that Tyrese is gay and like men. Uh, Now, I don't know if that's true or not. Honestly, I think it's a lie. But Hollywood, weird, you never know. But to make a long story short, what really boils my blood and what really turns my stomach about this is how we are making, and not we, let me change that. People, women, many women, many females are bashing men when they speak out and tell young girls to not be sluts and whores. And so we are growing up in a society, or not we, people, kids, our youth, particularly Black youth, because that's my target population of people that I want to reach. We're growing up in a society where we are at the bottom of the totem pole. And you mean to tell me you got people out here like Wendy Williams saying that it's okay to quote unquote have fun, because that's what it is. When you're younger, you're just having fun, and that you can do whatever you want to do and still get older, as a woman, and still uh be not have to reap the consequences from your actions. So I want to play to you guys first what Tyrese said. And again, I'm not a big Tyrese fan. I used to be, but I'm not anymore. But that does not mean I don't like him. It just means that, I kind of have grown out of that. I mean, I'm sure he's cool and all, but, so I'm not taking up for him. I'm not taking sides, but I am going to make a stand on what we need to be teaching our youth and how sick people are like Wendy Williams. This chick is sick. I'm sure many of you guys already know this, but it's like, really? So you out here telling these girls you're supposed to be a Black female who was once strung out on cocaine and crack or whatever it was you were strung out on? And that's not to take a dig. I mean, by her own admission, that's what she was strung out on. So you mean to tell me you are okaying the sluts and the whore behavior when they're young, calling it having fun? I mean, do you realize how high diseases are in the African American community, or just let alone period? The AIDS? It's ridiculous. So let me play to you guys what Tyrese said. Hold on, let me find it. Bear with me. Hold on. Okay. Um. Oh, here it goes.
Just make it go away. and take Tyrese with you. Sorry. All right, Tyrese, black tie. You know I like you, but I'm a pow straight shooter. I have to call it the way I see it. Tyrese is causing controversy. He recently did an interview where he was commenting on promiscuous women. You take a look at this, and then we'll get him.
Sluts, skeezers, hoes, tramps, and overly aggressive, promiscuous women, they're never without a man because they don't have no standards. They're ready to have sex with any and everything they want to have sex with them. And you got women that are out here active in these streets. They going to lunches and dinners every night. Private planes, mega yachts, it's cracking. They're never without. However, it comes with a cost. You're going to put a lot of miles on yourself down there. Come on.
Okay. Now, what about that was wrong? What about that was untrue? What about that was disrespectful? What about that was just off the wall? It was all true. There are women out here who are putting mouths on their vaginas because they are being very promiscuous. And this dude is calling it out because he's basically, how I see it, he's basically telling women, look, I've been in the game. I've came across these women. I'm telling you what not to do. I'm telling you what would not be favorable for you. Mind you, this is a man who has a daughter. Okay? What man in their right mind would say anything different when they have a daughter? Regardless of what his body count is, regardless of how many women he slept with, he would be a damn fool to come out and to tell women to continue to do the same things, to be promiscuous. This just makes me so mad. This makes me so mad. And first of all, let me say this. You got a lot of these quote unquote feminists, black feminists, or whatever you want to call them, who is out here talking about people should use their vaginas and that we should be able to do like men do and all this kind of stuff. Lies. Of course, there is a double standard. Why shouldn't there be? And this is also not to say that, for those of you who have maybe already had, a promiscuous life, and slept around and all of this kind of stuff. This is not to say that, you can't do better. You can't stop that, that there is no hope. I don't believe that. Now, I do believe whatever you do have to suffer the consequences, whatever those consequences may be. So if you are a woman and you have a high body count, and the man, finds out about it, or you tell him about it, you're going to have to reap the repercussions of that. And a lot of times the repercussions are, once a whore, always a whore. You can't make a whore into a housewife. A lot of times those are the repercussions. So a lot of times, you will meet men who will know and find out about your past, and they will treat you just like your past, even though you've put so much time and effort into changing. They still treat you like where you come from. Now, that some people may say that's wrong, some people may say that's right, and I'm not here to say whether or not it's wrong or right. I have my own opinions about those things. However, I am here to say, you females out here that is supposed to be in such an outrage behind what Tyrese said, you are a fool. You are deranged and you are sick. And you mean no good to the youth. You need help. And, frankly, I may just be very well able to help you. I mean, I do have the credentials. If you need some counseling, um, this is crazy. So, Wendy Williams goes on to say, let me play what she said.
Go ahead, clap if you'd like to clap for him. Nobody's clapping. Who made him the more? Oh, lady, then raise it up high. Clap like you mean it. Okay, so you're clapping. Well, let me tell you something. You're alone. You know, we all know the skeezers and the sluts and whatnot. And, you know, I know he's seen a lot, and there's a lot going on out there with these mega yachts and traveling the world, and girls who want to twerk instead of get their education and build a career and whatnot. But who made him the moral police? No one asked you.
He's the moral police, and he has a right to be, because he does have a daughter that he's raising. And no man in their right mind would raise a daughter to go out into the streets and be promiscuous. No man in their right mind would speak against that. No man in their right mind who have seen that and even indulged in with women like that will tell their daughters to do it. I want to cuss so bad, but I'm not. This chick, I can't. I'm just gonna continue to try.
So the internet went crazy. And one fan said, interesting that Tyrese never focuses on male promiscuity. I guess these women are sleeping with themselves.
Now, I will say that, yes, you know, males who are just as promiscuous as women, yeah, something should be said about that as well. But that was not who he was addressing. And I'm pretty sure that if he were to address males who were promiscuous or are promiscuous or indulging in that particular, you know, those behaviors, I'm sure he probably has some choice words to say to them as well. But he is addressing females. And for him to address females, and then that's like saying, I'm saying, well, you know, black people this and black people that, and we get murdered in the streets, and then here you come talking about some all lives matters. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, all lives do matter. But right now, I'm talking black lives. Don't come over here trying to change the subject. You can't control and narrate what come out of my mind. And that's another thing that I have a problem with. We are living in a society where they are trying to take men who stand for something. They're trying to take them and make sissies out of them. Okay? A man can't stand strong and tell women what not to do without a backlash of these quote unquote feminists or whoever these women are coming out and bashing them about it. It's sick.
You know? And, you know, there's a way as a young woman to have your fun and still get away with being, you know, growing up and then living a decent life. You know, women.
There's a way to have your fun and still grow up and get away and have a decent life. So basically, she's telling women, yeah, go have your fun. Go be as promiscuous as you want to be. Go be the biggest whores as you want to be. And when you're done and you're 50, like me, then, you know, you can get it together. You cannot tell a population of people, black women in particular, who are 70, 60, over 70% of black women are single and unmarried. There is a high percentage of those women who will never be married, ever. They will never experience being married. So to make things worse, go out there, have your fun, have as much sex as you want, do as much damage as you want, and then when you're done, you know, everything will be all right. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. You may dodge diseases. You may dodge a lot of baby daddies. You may dodge a lot of things when you're out there being promiscuous. But at the end of the day, why would you want to take those chances? Why? When you can, and look, I'm not saying by any means that, now if you can be a virgin until you get married, and good for you. But the fact of the matter is, reality is, most women uh are not virgins by the time they become married. Matter of fact, it's like 90 something percent, and that's across the board. That's white, black, Hispanic, it's everybody. So that, that's across the board. That's just that's just society that we live in right now. So by no means am I saying, you ain't no good unless, you wait until you avert. No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying is, if you can keep your body count down, don't be out here having sex. Don't be out. Matter of fact, don't even have sex with a dude that don't want to make a commitment. I know some of us get fooled. And we think that, oh, everything he's saying is right and correct. But if his actions isn't lining up to it, and if he's not trying to commit to us or marry us, then we shouldn't even go down that route. I'm not here to, tell women what they should or should not do. But what I will say is, if you out there and you are being promiscuous, I'm telling you right now, particularly if you are a black woman, we are not winning in that area. We are not. You cannot be out here doing those things and think that when you finish that there's going to be this glorious life set up for you. When you are young, you should be building. Right now is the time to build. You should be putting all your ducks in order so that you can have you can make a good future for you and your kids if you have them. Right, you want to use your young years to be as productive as possible. You do not want to spend your younger years just doing whatever, living carefree, and then when you 40 and 50 years old, now you want to wake up. It does not work like that. We are losing. We cannot afford to start at 50 and 40 years old trying to get it together. Okay? Let me finish.
Who have fun are not hoes, sluts, and skeezers. They're just having fun.
People who have fun are not hoes, sluts, and skeezers, according to Wendy Williams.
Men who have fun are always called playboys. I hate it. It's not going to change. That's why girls, women, ladies, whatever you want to be called, you need to do your dirt on the low. And Tyrese, you never say anything bad about men. You're always talking.
Now, I will say this. Whether it's dirt or not, you always want to do it on the low. You never want to be the type of person that's going to put your business out into the streets. So it doesn't matter what it is. You always do. You don't want a lot of people in your business. When you are in a relationship with a man, it ain't that it's necessarily on the low. It's just that, look, you don't want to put all of Facebook, Twitter, and all of social media in your business. That's between you and that man. Because at the end of the day, you posting these pictures 2 months from now, you're going to look like a fool when this dude get up and leave you for somebody else. And I see it all the time. Every couple of months, some chick got a new dude. It's like, dude, lady, we 4 months into the year and you on your fifth dude. Like, really? Come on now. No. No. The only way somebody should go on your social anything is if they have committed. And if they have committed in a way where y'all are talking marriage. At least for me, I have never, ever posted a man that I have been in a relationship with. dated, none of that, because it ain't nobody's business. And at the end of the day, if we are dating and it doesn't become of anything, I ain't looking like no fool thinking that it was, telling the whole world that it was, and 2 months later it didn't become of something. Now that's number one. That's just straight up. And a man, you should be the same way. I know you want to show your woman off, but if it's not a woman that you are serious about and that you love and that you care about, don't be posting them tramps on your page. Do not do it. Because when you do that, she's gonna go into a different mind frame, and she's gonna go into a different level of crazy, and she's gonna think that she got it some kind of way, and you may just be having fun, which I do not condone. I don't condone playing with people's heart and feelings and minds or anything like that. But I'm just saying. I think that's all she had to say.
Bad about women. Never anything bad about men. Well, he likes men.
Okay. Now, we all know Wendy is the messiest person on the earth. We all know she makes up lies and stories as she go. That's where she come from. That's what she's always been about. Again, I do not know Tyrese personally. I've never met him. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it because I noticed that when men stand up, strong, masculine men stand up and they say they don't get down with all this kind of stuff that society is trying to push on people, then I noticed that you got these feminist type women that come out and say they gay or say something off the wall, just crazy. And she's one of these people. Now, why some may ask, why doesn't he call out men? Maybe he doesn't want to. I mean, I call out women on a lot of stuff, and I call out men too, but I call out women more so. You know why? Because I really truly believe that women, we are the gateway to humanity. Okay, that means that their humanity cannot exist without a woman, which means you have a womb, you have a vagina. The only way that a baby can come into this world is through a vagina. There is no other way a child can come into this world unless he comes through the tunnel of a vagina. That's the bottom line. So for that reason alone, I hold women to a higher standard when it comes to the upkeep of our children and the upkeep of humanity in terms of how we present ourselves, in terms of our behavior, in terms of, and especially if you're a Black woman, because as a Black woman on social media, in the news, and everywhere else, we're always the most over sexualized. We're always the most dehumanized. We're always, the only thing that we are good for, according to society, is some type of sexualization of something, and so that's why as a Black woman, I always preach to Black women that yes, you need to stand for something. When you get older and you got young girls, you got younger women, young adult women looking up to you, they need for you to show them the way. And when I say the way, that means that they need for you to be an example. You don't have to be perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect by any means. I haven't always got it right. I haven't always made the right decisions. But I can tell you one damn thing. There is not one person or one time or one situation or whatever that I did not learn from. If I made a wrong decision, I learned from it, I moved on and never made it again, or at least tried to not ever make it again. And that's what it is about. It's not about being perfect. It's about trying to do the right thing and trying to set an example for these kids that are coming up. Everybody that is in my age group, who are in their late 20s, early 30s, playtime is out for us. We have a different type of playtime. Our playtime is getting together and trying to figure out ways of how we can build and make something happen so that the generation under us can have something to come into. We don't want to leave this world where they have no schools. So the school system of miseducating our children is going to continue. They have no hospitals. So black people who are taken advantage of, and these are studies. I'm not just saying all of this stuff because it's something good to say. You can look this stuff up. Okay, black people are at a disadvantage in every structure of the planet, in the health structure, in the educational structure, in the business, entrepreneurial, owning businesses, food, everything you can think of, politics, law, religion. I can go on and on and on. There is no structure where we are not at the bottom of the damn totem pole. And quite frankly, I'm tired of being at the damn bottom. So, I just want to encourage women, and I want men, keep standing, keep talking, keep speaking out about what you perceive or think is wrong for women to do. Do not let these feminists close your mouth and shut you up and make you apologize. And that brings me back to Tyrese. Let me read you the apology. See, this is what makes me mad. You got a strong man here. He's standing strong on what he believes. He has a young daughter who's coming up. She's going to grow up in this society. And she's got to, when she grows up, she's got to, grow up with a bunch of women who people like Wendy Williams is telling these young girls that it's okay to be whores and prostitutes and whatever else, as long as you keep it on the low, and life will still be good when you're done. So let me read this. Let me read to you what now Tyrese put this on. I think this is his Instagram, I think. But it says, "My mother taught me better than this. Lesson learned in life. You will learn that it's not always what you say, it's how we choose to say it. For the record, I'm far from a misogynist, a male, what is this? Chauvinist, are flat out mean. My intentions were there, but my delivery effing horrible and clearly all the way off. And for that, I sincerely apologize to all the ladies. Even after this apology, some may likely decide to not forgive me." The print is so small, guys. Excuse me. Time and consistency heals all wounds. Although I've been consistency, but I think he meant to put consistent for years, speaking on these topics, and some of the same words in my message. I have never experienced what I am experiencing right now. I've been getting dragged and feel the heat from my poor choice of words and approach to my messages. Trust me, please accept this as my sincere apology for my poor choice of words. SHIT gets real when it goes from a social media dragging to my own wife giving me the side eye and coming at me. Even she's not happy with the way I've conducted myself. Now, I'm not going to talk about the man's wife, but if your wife took the side of the world as opposed to her husband when her husband was in the right and he said nothing wrong, I don't know if she has kids. I don't know what her deal is. I do know, since she's married to Tyrese, I would hope she plans on raising or helping to raise his young daughter. That's scary. That's all I'm going to say. And no disrespect, Tyrese, but this woman needs to stand with you. There is no way in hell she should be giving you the side eye, talking about you're in the wrong or the way you said it was wrong or whatever. It is a lie. That speaks volumes. That's just being real. Now, you can take it for what it's worth. I'm sure you probably never see this video, but if you happen to see this video, Tyrese, somebody got to tell you. Just like somebody like you needs to be out here telling these girls, because you're in this industry. You're in the entertainment industry. You know what that industry look like. You've seen these girls come and go. If anybody should be speaking about this, it should be you. You are more qualified to speak about it than the average man. You know why? Because you are not the average guy. You can have thousands of girls at your beck and call anytime you get ready. The average man cannot have that. So you, sir, and you've been in the business for quite some time. I'm sure women of all walks of life, all colors, all shapes and sizes have tried to get at you. You can speak on this. Do not listen to those, to society and these deranged, self-hating women out here telling you that you cannot speak on these things. Yes, you can. Whether or not they like it, that's a different story. And whether or not they actually agree with it, that's a different story. And if somebody don't agree with you, oh well. That's another thing that makes me mad. People think, oh, since we don't agree with you wrong or you this and you that. No. Oh, these society is making a bunch of, I just have to say it, pussies. Where are the men standing up, standing strong? Why are you apologizing? You didn't say anything wrong. It says, I've conducted myself. I'm crazy. It's crazy how non-public figures can say and do some really dumb shit, and it will stay amongst our family and friends, our local and your hood. When you have been in entertainment for 15 years, the whole world is literally watching you grow up and learn, bump your head, make mistakes, and evolve as the world watches. This is a real lesson learned. This is not just a regular Instagram post for me. I want to truly say that I'm sorry, I'm not apologizing and I'm not apologizing in an effort to be politically correct. I apologize as a man first for the things that I've recently said about choices women have the right to make, for the terms that I've used in the way I've come across. I was raised to think and feel certain ways, and I am learning new things that combat those messages. I am not perfect or all knowing, nor am I the one to claim to be. I've learned things through experience, which I share, and through these last couple of weeks, I've learned a lot through this well deserved internet dragging. This is about a man owning up to his actions, taking responsibility, recognizing how to do better, and actually doing better. Ladies, you deserve better. So that was Tyrese's apology letter that he wrote on his Instagram page. I think it's ridiculous. I think that there was no reason for an apology. He did not say anything that was way out of the ordinary, that was wrong, that was not right. He just simply told you guys, he told women, if you out here wilding out with different men, being uh promiscuous and whores and sluts and whatever other terms he used, that there is consequences. And the consequences are when you come across a man of means, he's not going to look at you like the queen that you were really meant to be. So I'm gonna end on this. I just want I want you guys to just stand strong. There are women out there like myself, and I'm not the only one, who are totally against these types of things. We are against these type of backlashes. We do not indulge in them whatsoever. We denounce them. And as a matter of fact, any woman who does, I can respect that we have different opinions and different as a matter of fact, I wouldn't say respect, but I can, I can, yeah, I'll say respect. I can respect the fact that we have different opinions and we may disagree on some things. But one thing that I cannot do is get behind a woman like Wendy Williams, who, wants to make up lies because she mad. And when I say make up lies, she simply alluded to the fact that Tyrese is gay because she had a problem with what he said because maybe she's one of those girls that he named in her. She's in her 50s now or close to it, and she's married. She's been married. And I don't believe in bringing people's families and husbands and stuff into the picture about stuff like this because to me that those are things, but Wendy, come on, girl. Really? You got a son you raising and you want him to just any old thing. So I guess you're gonna tell him that, just as long as you have a rubber, just have sex. It's okay. Don't care about AIDS and all the other diseases, but just put a rubber on. When you should be telling him don't do it because it opens a door to a whole bunch of other things that could get you in major trouble. And when you're young, you don't necessarily have um, the obedience and the strength to curb a lot of things that come your way. And so, yeah, on that note, I'm going to end. I don't even know how long I've been talking, but it feels like it's been a long time. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like if you did, and share as well because we gotta start speaking out about this. We can't let stuff like this go unnoticed and not speak out about it and not have the back. Because if we want to be in a society where there are nothing but a bunch of sissy portraying to be men, then how are we supposed to feel protected? How? If I feel like I am the strong person in the relationship in terms of strength, um, how am I supposed to respect a man who can't even stand on his own 2 feet? Come on. And by no means am I calling Tyrese, I'm saying that he's not a man. I'm sure he's a man to somebody. All I'm saying is, dude, you cannot let these dysfunctional females out here make you take back what you said when it was nothing wrong. I could see if you were out here saying y'all women is this and y'all women is that. You were saying there are women like this and these are the type of women like this. And it's true. It's true. And if the woman is the gateway to humanity, then we got to hold her accountable. We got to hold her accountable. And in holding her accountable means that we hold her vagina accountable as well, which means that if she's using it in all types of crazy wrong ways, we got to call it out. And people say, slut shaming. I don't, honestly, I think there should be an element of shaming. When you do something wrong, yes, there should be an element of shaming. You should be ashamed. But at the end of the day, if you can overcome it and move on, then good for you. Because that's what it's about. So Tyrese, delete that apology. Matter of fact, come back out and renege it and say, look, I don't apologize. Whatever. I don't know. Well, matter of fact, what's done is done. I mean, whatever. But you shouldn't have did that. And Wendy Williams, you're just a messy person. And I'm going to leave it at that. You guys have a good night. Love you. And again, share this video. Thank you. Bye-bye.